Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Jennifer and Diamonds. I'm Jennifer. If you're new here, welcome on in and I hope you enjoy your stay. So today we are going to do a WIP and Chat. I haven't done a WIP and Chat in 2-3 weeks now. I kind of took a break over the holidays and I decided today is the day to get back into doing that. So if you are new and not sure what a WIP and Chat is, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and I am working on this diamond painting by, it's from Diamond Art Club. It's Richard Lorenz bird, Purnell. I love this bird. He's so adorable. I love all the birds. This is going to be the year of the bird, I swear, because I have 8 or 9 of these birds and I'm planning to do throughout the year. I plan to put these up on I have 2 blank, I have nothing on these walls in my dining room. And I'm planning to do these birds, and maybe I'm thinking of either finding some kind of maybe magnetic frames, although that takes up more room, or learn how to make my own stretch bars and wrap make them into canvases, right? You wrap them around the bars, or they call them bars, but they're just wood. To me, bars means metal, but they're not. They're wood. Anyway, let's go through what I'm working with today. So I have my usual art dot storage kits. I have majority of my regular drills in the 60 bottle one, but I have a few over here. And then I have my special drills over here, my fairy dust, this is my first canvas ever using fairy dust, and I love the fairy dust just for the fact that it's so much easier to work with than the ABs. And I got my ABs in here. Let's go around in a circle. So the putty I'm using is just a sample that I got a while back. It was my first sample ever from Creations Marin. This is unicorn farts. It's a pretty cool smell. It's very strawberry smell. Actually, I need to put some more putty in my pen. Decided to change it out. This one's a very used piece of sample putty. Let's see. So I'll get some putty in here since I have it out. Didn't do that right. It didn't come with the pen. There we go. I kind of tend to overfill. I'm trying to get used to these placers. I got these. This placer is a 4 placer from Diamond Art Club. I got it specifically for this beautiful pen that I got from Creations Marin. Since I have the pen in my hand, I might as well tell you about the pen. So this was a pen that I got right before Christmas, I believe. Or right after Christmas? I can't remember which now. It was right around the holidays I got this one. That it came in the mail. And I got these placers, which are from Diamond Art Club. So they're the thin ones. And I'm still trying to figure out how much putty to put in. Either I put too little in there and there's putty there, but then it's hard to get the drills to stick. Or there's too much and then it just goes everywhere. It just splooches out. And then they got the single placer. Okay, so let's put this away. Okay, the tray I'm using is a tray that I got from MMA Print Shop on Etsy. It's a Canadian shop on Etsy. And then this trash tray is just a tray that I got with my order from Sleepy Puppy 3D, which is another Canadian Etsy shop. The cover minder, this cute cover minder here, is just one that I got in one of my Diamond Art Club. It's not gonna focus here. Here we go. My Diamond Art Club kits. I really like it, so I've been using that one. I have tweezers for my EBs. It's just my tweezers that I got on one of my Dreamer designs. kits. And then the wax that I'm using is just some pink wax that I got in the Dreamer Designs kit. Okay, so we've gone through all the stuff that I'm using. So let's get a color. Let's see. So I have, like usual, I have my drills sorted out between, first I go by the alphabet, then numbers, then symbols. Symbols are kind of grouped together with similar-ish symbols. And then I have my fairy dust and my ABs. I put my ABs last because I do those last. Just because I use a tweezer. I use tweezers, so I just use those last. Okay, so while I'm chatting away, you want to tell me about how you've been doing in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've been doing. I mean, it's been a while since I have done these WIP and Chats. So we've gone through the holidays since last time, and it's the new year. We're into 2024 now. So something must have gone on. And I mean, even with me, there's been stuff. Little things, nothing major. Nothing crazy, but things. So I'll probably just ramble on. There probably won't be in any sort of order. I kind of made some notes, but they're not really in order either. Time-wise or anything. Let's see, make sure. So I guess we'll just start with the holidays. My parents came by. It was kind of, I think I mentioned in my last WIP and Chat that it was like off and on if my parents were coming or stopping in on their way through to go to my aunt's house for Christmas. They did end up stopping, spending the night in the city that I live in, but not staying with me, just for the night. And then they went to my aunt's on Christmas Eve for a couple days. So they stopped in here, got to see my grandma. I gave my parents some gifts. Nothing major. The most major of the things that I got them was that dime painting that I made, that angel one, the Mandy Manzano In the Arms of the Angel that I made. So I got a frame for that, and gave that to my mom for Christmas. I just got my grandma a gift card. I called my parents. I had my a little something for my dad, and then I had the diamond painting from my mom, and I would feel bad giving these to my parents and not giving anything to my grandmother, even though she said she didn't want anything. She didn't want anybody to get her any gifts or anything. My guess is because she herself is on a very limited income and can't get anything for anybody, but that doesn't mean we can't give her anything to show us our love. So, and like I said, I would feel bad giving stuff to my parents and then her sitting there not getting anything. So I'd ask my parents, what would she like? I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm just something that she would like. So my dad's like, well, she really likes to go to A&W when she goes into town. She lives in like the Moonies, but when she goes into town, she likes to get A&W. So I just got her a gift card to A&W. And then my dad, I just got him. I don't know how it became a thing, but it became a thing to give him Turtles chocolates at Christmas time. So I got him some Turtles chocolates. It's either going to be that or Old Spice. When I was a kid, we used to always give him Old Spice aftershave. But since he's retired, I'm not even sure he uses stuff like that much anymore. So, I just got him some chocolates. So yeah, so they came over. We ordered Swiss Chalet, which is just a Canadian restaurant with rotisserie chicken and you know, stuff like that. Kind of like a healthier version of KFC, I guess. Um, so yeah, so we just had that, and then we hung around and chatted, and my dog was going absolutely insane, and because every time somebody comes by the house, he goes insane. He gets so excited that somebody's here. And he was shedding like crazy. I felt bad because he was all over my mom, and I couldn't believe how much hair was coming off him. It was kind of crazy. I think with the really mild weather here that we were having, like it was almost like spring weather out there, and it was December. I think his body didn't know what was going on and was telling him he needed to shed. He didn't need all this fur because it wasn't cold out. Yeah. So he's been shedding kind of like crazy lately. Like I said, I felt kind of bad because she was just full of hair. Even when I went to like, I've never seen it. Like I've petted him lots before, but I took my hands off and they were just like covered. It was insane. So yeah, so that was Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve, the day that my parents came in, my husband and I went grocery shopping to get stuff for over the holidays. Make sure we have stuff for because we had turkey on Christmas Day, so we had to make sure we got all the side stuff. And we tend to, for like Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, just get like fingery foods to munch on. Not like a full meal to eat. So we picked up some stuff like that. And then I decided I wanted to get a charcuterie board. I was thinking of making one, but I'm like, you know what? It's just basically going to be me eating this thing. My husband, because I was thinking I'm going to get some fancy meats and cheeses and, pretend I'm all fancy like... Usually, not just cheddar cheese or, pieces of salami or pepperoni or whatever. No. This is going to be fancy. So I decided there was one of our local grocery stores had made up these small little charcuterie boards, even on these really thin, I think it was like a plastic kind of thing that looks like a cutting board. They had put just some meats and cheeses and stuff on there. So I decided I'll just get that. I thought I got them all out of this tray, but I didn't. So yeah, so I got that. I actually shared some of it with my daughter. And it was okay, but I found out that maybe it was the charcuterie board that I got. It was meh. Or maybe I'm just not a fancy meat and cheese type of person, because it was okay, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I also got it was like what's it called? Brie with cranberries and apple, I think, puree type stuff, in a pastry thing. And I don't know if I did it wrong or what. I don't know. It turned out okay, but again, it didn't turn out the way I expected it to. I did eat it. It did get finished, and my husband had some. It was okay, but again, not what I was envisioning. But it was nice to do something different. And then there was Christmas Day. So Christmas Day was pretty laid back. Pretty much my daughter was the one that got all the gifts. I basically, which is like every year, my husband and I are not big gift givers to ourselves or to each other. It's always been about the kids. When the boys were with us, now they're in their 20s. So, but when they were with us, it was about them. And then when Ellie came along, it was about her as well. And it's just, yeah. So we got Ellie a Wacom drawing pad, but it was one she had asked for one that actually had a screen on it. So basically, it's almost like it's it's pretty much a tablet, right? But you can use it for drawing. She's actually using it. She has it hooked up to her computer, because you have to have it hooked up to a computer. But she has it hooked up to her computer. It's acting, when she's not drawing, it's acting like a second monitor. I mean, she did have a second monitor, but we took it off her desk. Her desk is only so big, and she's using this tablet that she uses for drawing when she wants to draw, but also as a second monitor. It's obviously smaller than her old second monitor, but she seems to be fine with it. It gives her more room on her desk. So that was her big gift for Christmas this year. We also got her some smaller things. Like, she asked for actual sketchbooks, so we got her some new sketchbooks because she was out of sketchbooks. And what else? Oh, we got her, there was stuff in her stocking, a lot of Spider-Man-y, small Spider-Man type things. She loves Spider-Man. There was one more gift that we got her, and I can't think of. Oh, we got her a new headset for her computer, which turned out not to be great, and we ended up returning it and getting her. I mean, the brand was great. It was Corsair, but then shortly after she was using it, she was having problems with it, and then when she looked it up, she found out that apparently it's a known issue with this headset, so we ended up returning it and getting her actually a more expensive one. But that was okay, because we had some gift cards for Best Buy that we got when we got new cell phones a while back, and we just never used the gift cards. And actually before Christmas we went to Best Buy and we're like, well, is there anything that we could get with these gift cards? And I'm like, hey, why don't we just hang on to them for when we need them, because we obviously don't need anything right now, because we couldn't find anything to spend them on, which turned out to be a really good thing, because like I said, we needed to return and get her a new headset, which ended up being more expensive. So we got the credit for returning the headset, and then above that we used to use gift card. And she's really happy with the headset she has right now. It is a HyperX wireless headset. So she's, like I said, she's pretty happy with that one now. On Christmas Day, we also had turkey dinner. I decided what I usually do when I make turkey dinner is, get the turkey ready, I stuff it, I put it in the roasting pan, and then because I've always seen my dad do it, I put a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan. I'm pretty sure even my husband has seen his mom or whatever through the years do the same thing. And then I was looking at, because turkeys with the plastic wrap, whatever that's around it, there's instructions on how to cook a turkey, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it specifically says not to cover it and not to add water. And I'm like, let's give this a go. So that's what I did. And you know what? It turned out very good. So apparently you don't need to cover it. I did say you can cover it the last little bit if it starts getting too dark, which it didn't end up getting too dark. But the amount of moisture that comes off stuff when you put it in the oven is just, it boggles my mind every time. Every time. When you're cooking something like a meat of some sort, and the amount of moisture that comes off is just insane. So yeah, so the turkey turned out really well. I actually used all the drippings because, like I said, the moisture that comes off, it was perfect for making gravy. So I made gravy right from the drippings. And yeah, we had a nice turkey dinner. I decided I'm going to try. I think I've tried in the past and it didn't work out. And then since then I just haven't done it. But I've always really wanted to make a turkey soup from making a broth from the bones. So I looked up. I went to Pinterest. It's my go-to place to get recipes. And I found one that sounded good, and I made a broth from the bones, which it's actually really easy. And you don't need as much water as I thought. Again, because I figured you need to cover this thing in water, but just 10 cups of water. So that's what I used, and it turned out good. We add spices and some other stuff and let it basically simmer for, I think it was a few hours or so. I can't remember how long it was now. Maybe it wasn't even that long. It didn't actually, again, it didn't take as long as I thought. But anyway, so I ended up making some turkey soup from it, and oh my god, it was so good. Because I found a recipe for how to make a broth, and then I looked up a recipe on how to make a turkey soup and followed the directions, and yeah, like I said, it turned out real good. It was like a turkey barley soup. It was so good. There was some leftovers, so I put them in some containers and froze it so I could have some later. Because after a while, you just get sick of turkey. We had so much turkey that week, so much like leftovers, and then the turkey soup, and there's just so much turkey, like always. Because there's only the 3 of us, and we had this big ass turkey. On Christmas Day, Diamond Art Club had offered a mystery box. So in this mystery box, you got 2 never seen before canvases and 1 canvas that was just a random one that they had. So surprise, I mentioned to my husband, and like, oh, this would be so cool, but I'm guessing we won't be able to get it because in Canadian dollars it was 194 Canadian dollars, and you couldn't use any discounts, like codes or points at all. So this is how much it was going to be, $194. So I was talking to my husband. I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to get this, and he was asking questions, and then he's like, Merry Christmas. I swear. Like I said, like, I don't know how many times I asked him, like, what do you want for Christmas? And he would not give me any ideas whatsoever. Just, family time, I have what I want, blah, 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 blah. So, but he tends to, like, get stuff for me, although, I get it. I know what it is before Christmas or whatever. But anyway, I digress. So I ended up getting it. I was really excited. Everybody was starting, of course, being in Canada, it took a little bit longer, not much longer, than a lot of the people in the States to get theirs. So I was seeing what was coming in, and I was getting excited, and I knew which one I was going to get because they're numbered, right? So for this mystery box, anyway, in the past, because I got in a mystery box before and I never noticed this number, it was like totally random what you were going to get. But this one, it gave you a number. And because I got it like right away, do I have any of this letter? No. Since I got it like as soon as it was available on the website, I got it. My box is number 1. So I saw what I was getting, and I was so excited for it to get here. I was so excited. I will post a picture here of what I got because I loved it. It was I can't remember the names of the paintings though. Let me see. I'll bring it up on my phone. And second. So I got, one of them was was it Libra? Let's see. Oh, I'm in the program I need. Duh. Okay, so I got Jellyfish Mermaid. You're already seeing this while I'm trying to look at my phone because I said I was going to post a picture. But Jellyfish Mermaid, which I absolutely love it. It looks so pretty. Libra from Dakota Detweiler. I do not know any Libras, but I do like the look of that diamond painting, so I'll be doing it. And then Mary Mindy, which is a Hannah Lynn, which will be my first ever Hannah Lynn. And they're all in square because apparently the Hannah Lynns, there was 3 different Hannah Lynns that you could possibly get. And apparently you could either get them in round or square. Obviously you didn't have a choice of what it was going to be, but you had the potential of getting either round or square. I got all of my diamond paintings were square, which is perfectly fine with me because I prefer squares over rounds now. When I first started diamond painting, a lot of my paintings were round. Well, at least, yeah, I think a lot of the ones I did were round. Maybe even mixture. But anyway, kind of rambling again. I do prefer squares over rounds. I like the look of them more. So I was happy to get all squares. So I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing all these ones that I got in the mystery kit. I do have plans for the Dakota Detweiler. But the other 2, I'm not sure exactly when I'll get them done, but I am still looking forward to doing that. That one mermaid one. Let's see. Oh. So I am a member of, I mentioned a bunch of times, there's a Facebook group for Canadian diamond painters called, well, they just recently changed their name. It's now called, I believe, DAC Fans Canada. I will post a link below. But there was a lady that had posted on there said something along the lines of, did anybody want, or is anybody hoping for, I can't remember how it was worded. It was basically asking people if they had looked at getting there's 2 Richard Lorenz paintings that you can get, or diamond paintings you can get on Amazon. One is called Balancing Act. It's like a bird on a tightrope, just a small snack-sized one. Both of them are snack-sized. And the other one is called Dewey, I believe. And it's actually a mouse on a flower, I believe. It's one of the mice that show up in his diamond paintings. So they had asked about Balancing Act. They said something about, it's not available on the Canadian one. And, it's too expensive to get through the American one and stuff like that. So I had responded. I actually think I was one of the only people who responded saying, oh yeah, I love the birds. And, the Balancing Act was on our Canadian Amazon a month or 2 back, and I should have got it then. It's not there now. And I said I've never seen the Dewey one on the Canadian Amazon site. So next thing I know, she said, oh, I'm sending you a private message. And I'm like, okay. So I go and look, and she is offering to send me the Balancing Act one. At first she said all I had to do was pay for shipping, which I was fine with. And I responded to her and like, oh my God, that is so amazing. And she's like, well, change your plans. I will pay for shipping. And I'm like, oh, really? That is That is so awesome. And so what it was her son had got it for her for Christmas. But she had already had it. And recently, she got the dewy one on another Facebook group, and the lady had told her, okay, there's a bunch of S's. Apparently I missed a bunch now that they're popping out. This lady, basically, it was like a random act of kindness thing, and I told her, you know, I'll send it to you, you just need to pay for shipping, and you just have to pay it forward. So that was basically the condition for me getting the Balancing Act one as well. Was, well, originally she wanted me to pay for shipping, which again I was fine with, but she changed her mind and said she'd just pay for shipping, but I'd have to, you know, pay it forward, which I'm fine with. So I'm keeping an eye out on how I can pay it forward to somebody, what I can do to make somebody's day. So I could pay it forward eventually. So that is apparently on its way. So that is exciting because, like I said, I did want to get that one and I just hadn't gotten around to it. And then it was out of stock. So I don't have to worry about it. Now I just need to keep an eye out for when Dewey comes back in stock on Amazon. I want to get that one. It's not a bird, but it is a Richard Lorenz, and it feels like it would complete the set. So I need to get it. Yeah, so over the holidays I also had time off from work. So I had, work gave us obviously Christmas Day, because that was, you know, Christmas Day, which was the Monday, and then they gave us Boxing Day, which was the Tuesday, and they gave us the Friday before. We got off early, and then there was, so I took off basically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I only had to use 3 of my vacation days, or I believe in the US they call them PTO, paid time off. So I had basically just over a week off, because then I also got New Year's Day off, and I just needed to work from then on. Let me see, next color. There's so many darn colors. Oh, there's some R's here I missed. So yeah, so it was nice to have the time off. I had plans on what to do with my time off, but never got to do it. I was basically just vegging most of the time and just relaxing. I got into watching NCIS, the original NCIS, and I've been binge watching that ever since. So yeah, so during my holidays I just vegged. My husband didn't have as much time off as I did. He is working on contract, so he doesn't really have vacation days. He hasn't been working out long enough to get vacation days. He's hoping to get on permanent this year, and then he'll actually get vacation days and, you know, some other benefits and stuff like that. But anyway, oh, I forgot to mention, I believe it was Christmas Eve. It's kind of become a tradition to get some matching pajamas with my daughter. So I picked up a week or two before, I picked up a matching set of Christmas Disney pajamas from Walmart. So I gave her those on Christmas Eve so we could, be samesies with the PJs. So she was really excited about that. I mean, she's a teenager, so she kind of have to act cool, but she was excited. She was like, ooh, I don't know, she likes it. She thinks it's fun to have matching PJs, to get new PJs at Christmas. My daughter actually had plans for Christmas Eve, or not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. She went over to a friend's house. They had a big gathering. They were just going to, play games and stuff. They had a sleepover. They had tons of goodies. Like my husband had this plan and didn't mention it to my daughter. So at the last minute, I'm like, did you even mention this to her? Because what he had planned to do was on Christmas Eve, or I keep saying Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, when she was over there, he was like, well, we'll order pizza and then we'll get some pizza for them and I'll just drop off some pizza for them. And I'm like, okay. So it was like shortly before she was to be over there. And I'm like, did you even mention this to her? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, maybe you should mention this to her. So he mentioned it to her, and then she messaged her friend, and her friend's like, no, we don't need any more food. We have, they made a bunch of pulled pork, apparently, and then her grandparents are bringing over, a feast, as she said. So she's like, no, we don't need any more food. We still ended up getting pizza. Me and my husband, there was so much food. It was just the two of us, and we ordered two, what are they called? Oven roasted subs, and then two pizzas. There was so much food and there was only the two of us, so I ate half a sub and none of the pizza that night. And I don't think the pizza got eaten until a few days, a day, or there was some that was eaten the next day, and then over the next couple days. I didn't have any of the pizza. It's the pizza place we order from, it's not my favorite. I have not found a good, not too expensive. I mean, you can still get it from Boston Pizza, which again, I believe it's a Canadian pizza place, although it's like a pizza restaurant. It's kind of more fancier. That place is, I like their pizza, but again, it's on the expensive side, so for pizza anyway. So we tend to get pizza from a local place. Well, it's not super local. It is still a chain, but called Greco. And I don't know. I miss when we lived in Alberta. They had Pizza 73, and I don't know. That's just what I'm used to. And I mean, it's still not great pizza, but it's still, I like it more than Greco. And I have not found a place here that I like that's not too expensive for pizza. When you get pizza, you don't want to spend an arm and a leg. You just want to get some pizza. Good tasting, but not too expensive pizza. And again, I have not found anything like that here that I like yet. It's the same with Chinese food here. When I lived out in Alberta, there was a place called Good Buddy. And that's always where we got our Chinese food. It was really good Chinese food, decent quality. I mean, Chinese food is always on the expensive side, but it wasn't too bad. Like I said, good. I liked it. Here, we've tried a few different places. I mean, there's one that we usually get some from now. That's not too bad, expensive-wise, and it's okay quality, but it's not Good Buddy quality. And then there's stuff that we used to be able to get out in Alberta that they don't have out here. There was it was my absolute favorite thing to get at Chinese restaurants, I believe it's called Singapore noodles, and it's these really thin noodles, and it had some veggies mixed in there, and then some shrimp. And then it had this yellow spice to it, and it made it a little spicy. And it was my absolute favorite. And there is no Chinese restaurant has it out here. I'm just like, what? It's just none of them. And then another thing is, I don't know, like it's different out here. It's just, we've lived here for like 4 years now, and I'm still trying to get used to things being so much different here than it was out there. Actually, first I wanted to go over what I've been watching and reading. So, like I mentioned, I am been binge watching NCIS, the original. I just started. I think I'm on the first-ish episode of season 13. And I believe there's 20 seasons on Prime or Paramount Plus. Right now, I believe the 21st season, it's still on TV. I believe the 21st season is starting next month on TV, but I don't watch stuff on TV anymore. I just watch stuff on streaming services. I wait until like a whole season's out or a bunch of seasons like NCS, and I don't know why I got this color because there was none of it. I just binge watch. I've gotten so used to streaming services. I hate commercials. So, and then for reading wise, I finally finished the Percy Jackson series. So that was fun, and they actually have on Disney Plus, they came out with a new series on Disney Plus for Percy Jackson. So they came out with a series on Disney Plus. But I'm again waiting until all of it's out because I hate when it's like a streaming service exclusive. You can't even watch it on TV, but they only come out with one episode a week. Drives me insane. This is not the purpose of a streaming service. In my mind, streaming service is a place to watch movies and binge series, not wait for one episode a week. They're doing that with, they've done it with multiple shows in the past. But right now, there's a couple shows, Percy Jackson on Disney Plus and Reacher on Prime. They're doing that. It drives me nuts. Although I have watched, I think about 4 of the episodes of Reacher with my husband because he really likes that one. I think there's only going to be 7 episodes, something like that. I think 6 of the episodes are out now. I think the last will be this coming week. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I looked it up and there's only going to be 7 episodes. But yeah, I hate when they come out with 1 episode a week. So I am waiting to watch the Percy Jackson one when they're all out. My daughter has watched the episodes and she's been trying to get me to watch them. But I told her, no. I'm going to wait until they're all out and I can watch them all at once. I'm really excited to see how that turns out because I just read the books. Although, I read them over months, maybe even years. But it'll still be interesting to see how they compare to the books. I did watch the Percy Jackson movies, and I like those. But this one is supposed to be more in line with the books. Because the book started out with Percy Jackson being like, I don't know, something like 13 years old. And in the movies, you can tell he's older than that. Like, the actor that played him is older than that. But this one's supposed to be closer to the books. Actually, the actor that's playing Percy Jackson, I just saw he just celebrated his 15th birthday. So the actual actor is closer to, oh my god, get off my pen. Closer to the actual character's age. So that's nice. So plans for this coming year for my diamond painting. Like I said, it's going to be like, I'm calling it the year of the bird. We are going to be doing lots of Richard Lorenz birds because I am obsessed with his birds. So you'll be seeing over the next couple months a lot of unboxings of his birds. I'm working on this one now. Originally, when I started diamond painting, I did sections, right? These 10 by 10-ish centimeter sections. And then I would do one a day. The only time that I deferred from that was by Christmas one. That ye old Christmas shop one, because I wanted it done by Christmas and I had started later than I had originally planned because of jingle drills. So I'd originally planned to start that one in beginning of November, but I started it more mid-November because that's when jingle drills started. So I was doing double sections for a while, basically 10 by 20 centimeter sections for a while. But then it just clicked in my head earlier this week, and I'm like, the only reason why I was doing it that way was when I first started diamond painting, I didn't have a lot of diamond paintings, right? I only had a couple. I only had a few. And I wanted to stretch it out as much as possible. Now I have 17 or 18 in my stash with one more on the way. And so I don't need to only do one section a day. Even my husband's like, well, you're self-imposing that on yourself. Like, do as much as you want. So the last few days I've been doing like 3 sections a day. Basically, I do one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. So these are going to be done like 3 times as fast as I originally planned. Because originally this was going to take me just over a month to do. It's not going to take me that long now. So yeah, I'm going to do this one, and then my next one I already have planned is Fabiola. And then we'll see how much time I have left, because the event that I'm working on right now is the Richard Lorenz event, which was perfect to start off the year of my Year of the Bird. So that goes on January and February. So we'll see how much time I have left after I do this one and Fabiola, and we'll see if I get balancing act in, and then I might do that. I'll probably have time to do that one for sure. And then I'll look to see what else I can do while I wait for the March event that I'm planning to do. The March event is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a much smaller event. It's one about owls. It's called Who's Who, I think. Let me see. It's on Facebook. I started making notes on my notepad thing on my phone of events that I wanted to do. Who's Who. So it's HOWSHOO, Who's Who 2024. So it's basically any diamond painting or whatever that is an owl. And May, which is one of Richard Lorenz's birds, just happens to be an owl. So I'll be doing that for that event for sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing between Fabiola and when that event starts, because with me doing these things faster, yeah, I will be definitely have time to do something else. And then in May is the Dakota Detweiler event. So I'll be doing that Libra one that I got, which is the only Dakota Detweiler that I have, although there's a few that I would like to get of hers. I just have not. I've been focused on getting the birds. So yeah, so that's what I have planned so far for events that will take me up to May-ish. We'll see, because like I said, I'm doing these things faster, so plans will probably change. Maybe I can find an event in May that I can do, that I can do another one of my diamond paintings. I don't know. We will see how this works out. So yeah, I think that is about it that I had planned to talk about.
during this WIP and Chat. Oh my gosh. I'm editing a lot of this out, but I've been like having to blow my nose and cough and stuff, and I don't know what it is. I'm usually fine, but as soon as I start doing a video, all of a sudden my nose starts running, I start coughing. It's actually driving me up the wall. I'm pretty sure I have a slight allergy to my dog. I kind of noticed it when we first got him, and I don't know, it's just a slight allergy, and it's not like obviously life-threatening because we've had this dog for like 3-4 years now. It's just a slight allergy I've been kind of dealing with for years. I've basically had stuffy runny nose for 4 years. But it really comes out when I'm talking, apparently, every time. So yeah, so I think we're going to end that here. If you enjoyed this WIP and Chat, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Make a comment below. Tell me how you've been doing. And I will see you next time. Bye.